Here it is. Barack Obama, the senator from Illinois, the junior senator from Illinois, has won the Iowa caucuses, the Democratic caucuses in Iowa, the first big test of the 2008 presidential campaign. I'm telling you, Keith, history. This is Lexington and Concord. This is going around the world right now.
Well, we're going to take this enthusiasm and go right to New Hampshire tonight. I am so proud to have run with such exceptional candidates. I congratulate Senator Obama and Senator Edwards. Iowa does not have the best track record in determining who the parties nominate. Everybody knows that. And yeah, you know, New Hampshire is famously independent. It is a place where people want to make up their own minds. They're not interested in what anybody else has decided. I was never a front runner of any significance in Iowa. I knew it was always going to be hard for me. I know that the next president will embody the hopes and dreams of all of us. But I also know that they cannot be false hopes. We have to pick a president who is ready on day one to do the job, the tough, difficult job that will await. There are two big questions for voters in New Hampshire. One is, who will be the best president on day one? And the second, is who can we nominate who will go the distance against the Republicans? Because you know, the Republicans are not going to give up the White House without a fight.
Well, making change, wait a minute now, wait a minute. I'm going to respond to this because obviously making change is not about what you believe. It's not about a speech you make. It is about working hard. There are 7,000 kids in New Hampshire who have health care because I helped to create the Children's Health Insurance Program. There are 2,700 National Guard and Reserve members who have access to health care because on a bipartisan basis, I pushed legislation through over the objection of the Pentagon, over the threat of a veto from President Bush. I want to make change, but I've already made change. I will continue to make change. I'm not just running on a promise of change. I'm running on 35 years of change. I'm running on having taken on the drug companies and the health insurance companies, taking on the oil companies. So, you know, I think it is clear that what we need is somebody who can deliver change. And we don't need to be raising the false hopes of our country about what can be delivered. The best way to know what change I will produce is to look at the changes that I've already made.
What can you say to the voters of New Hampshire on this stage tonight who see your resume and like it, but are hesitating on the likability issue, where they seem to like Barack Obama more?
Well, that hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry, Senator. I'm sorry.
But I'll try to go on. He's very likable. I agree with that. I don't think I'm that bad.
You're likable enough.
Thank
Hillary,
you so much. I appreciate that.
You know, I have so many opportunities from this country. I just don't want to see us fall backwards. You know, so, you know, this is very personal for me. It's not just political, it's not just public. I see what's happening, and we have to reverse it. And some people think elections are a game. They think it's like who's up or who's down. It's about our country. It's about our kids' futures. And it's really about all of us together. You know, some of us put ourselves out there and do this against some pretty difficult odds. And we do it, each one of us, because we care about our country. When we look at the array of problems we have and the potential for it getting really spinning out of control, this is one of the most important elections America's ever faced. I just believe so strongly in who we are as a nation. So I'm going to do everything I can to make my case, and, you know, then the voters get to decide. Thank you all.
think this is so ridiculous. You know, people who have followed me during the course of my my life know that, you know, I am a passionate person, and I care deeply about what happens to people. And you know, here I am sitting in an intimate setting, although granted there are a million cameras around, you know, talking to people about what they care about and what's on their minds and how deeply concerned they are about our country.
So if the polls are right, Barack Obama wins by double digits tomorrow, do you change your campaign strategy?
Well, let's wait and see what the polls actually tell us, because you know, as someone who's been through this, you want to wait and see what real live voters do, and that's what I'm going to wait on. You know, I'm going to go all the way through the process, no matter what happens, and I, you know, really feel good about what's been going on the last couple of days. It's just a question of, you know, kind of keeping it going as we move forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I come tonight with a very, very full heart, and I want especially to thank New Hampshire. Over the last week, I listened to you, and in the process, I found my own voice.